Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 7th episode of Danshi Koukousei no Nichijou, or Daily Lives of High School Boys. So, in the last episode, we had some fun Christmas events, we had some student council stuff, just showing how useful they are to the students of the school, of course. Always willing to help, maybe at a price, but willing to help nonetheless. Also found a little bit more about Habara, which is great because Habara is cool. And I, of course, do always enjoy watching our funky high school girls be very funky together and do funky stuff to each other, of course. And that's last episode, but we're here for this episode, so that's what we're watching. So let's do that. 3, 2, 1, play. Nichijou, oi! No, you don't. Well, in anime it's possible. And in the series. I doubt we're gonna have the college sequel. Indeed, exactly. There are plenty of anime where you're high school forever, so don't lose hope. Ash Ketchum has been, 10 years old for 20 years or whatever. So it's definitely possible. Don't give up on your dreams, kids. If you want to be a high school boy forever, you pursue that. I have faith in you. But if there ever was a daily life of college boys sequel, I'd probably watch it. Or a prequel, Daily Lives of Middle School Boys. That'd be cool too. Uh, Ringo. I was trying to remember what her name was. I kept wanting to call her Yuki Aoi, but that's not her name. That's her voice actress. But I spent a good 10 seconds there trying to remember it. I don't really have much left to say on the opening. Now we're back into it. High school boys and gags. I mean, that's kind of shown in a nutshell there. You to go to the bathroom? Down the hall by the left. Good luck. Cool. Where'd you pull that from? Eat it? Are you gonna eat it? I I'd like to see that. Ah, it didn't want to be eaten, I guess. It's a gag. Get it? Hopefully less painful than the last one. Please don't. Uh, don't do it. Ah, eyes are my weakness, man. Hopefully this was not painful. Trying to go Super Saiyan, I see. Oh, oh god. I guess he's ready for action now. That was quite the power, actually. I'm a bit impressed. Something a bit wrong with that, but High School Boys and Indoor Adventures. That title could be taken the wrong way, but let's see how this goes. Pretend to Dragon Quest. Was that like what they did with the stick before? Why not? Never played Dragon Quest, so. Gotta get into the action, you know? Nice gun you got there. I don't know. I don't know. I thought maybe I just didn't know Dragon Quest very well. We're gonna have a sweat. Yeah, in the last minute and a half, sure. Sounds like a plan, but we should probably invite some chicks. I guess we have an obstacle. Yeah, what's important is that he has a fire in his background, and that's what matters. I guess. It seems reasonable to pay a fee, I guess. Oh, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Hidenori, of course. Yeah, keep up, Tadakuni. Do you have a nickname? uh, okay, like, simple enough. What is that voice? Okay, that explains everything, sure. Well, just keep on your toes. It's apparently more than that, though. Oh no, I think that's the Demon King himself. So... yeah, there's only 3 people in here, so, you know, kind of narrows it down. The sequel already, wow. The thing we saw 5 seconds ago, sure. Casting's expensive, just make him half the roles, so it'll be fine. That's Hidenori. Is that what this person is? I'm not sure anymore. I think we need a compass first. Well, there is now. Again, keep up. Ah. I guess, I mean, we're using imagination here, so I'll take your word for it. Western Town, creative name. Well, where is it? Is it north? I'm guessing it's north. Yeah? Because it's important, don't question it. Yeah, you're spending time doing unimportant things, you know, to fill time. While you're busy saving the world. What is happening to them? Well, just follow their lead then, it'll be fine. I assume it's a little sister. Well, I guess it could be, you know, a demon lord either. Okay. But I think it's a little sister. Of course. Maybe it is the Demon King. Oh, that was then they did it, never mind. And you're gonna retaliate? Oh! I think mistakes have been made. This is why you need a full party to take down the Demon King. You probably should, yeah. Also pop any potions if you have them. Oh, that's a nice looking burger. And yeah, high school boys and older brothers. So he already has a big brother, okay. And he's hanging out with girls, like some kind of girl lover. And talk to them, not him. Why? I mean, why not? It's fun. You haven't really offered a very compelling reason. You know? Either she is or she isn't. Oh my. That very quickly turned into a love confession? In other words, yeah, it's not his girlfriend. Calm down. But it was pretty obvious he was lying by his response before. Oh, well, you know, that happens. As long as they don't eat them, it's fine. I remember that. Made quite a scene, I'm sure. Yeah, you might have said a bit much to this knowingly violent girl. No. Uh, well, it was your mistake to go into a den of girls without any backup. He just keeps it on him. What a great guy. I was just holding it for a friend, I swear. Well... I'm not even sure what to say to that. It takes a lot of guts to just carry around a pair of pandas in your pocket. Especially when you go to meet girls, one of which it belongs to. But yeah, we're getting more book lover, book reader, girl, person. Yeah, you just keep ending up here. I don't know why. And because you know she's gonna show up. She always shows up. Yokai. Still wouldn't call her a yokai. Uh, ain't that the truth? Yeah, she hasn't really had much actual dialogue in the show, has she? I just realized. Oh no, not again. Well, you should probably help her pick those up and possibly look at them in the process. Feel a little bit bad for her, though. No, you mustn't involve yourself. This girl. Get a knife or something. Just have Hidenori do it. What? It's just not her day. Uh. I know, right? It's like a comedy routine of her own. You got a little bit of... she is something out. My god, what is wrong with you today? Well, she's literally spreading her legs open for you, Hidenori. Take the hint. I don't even know how it's possible to have that bad of a scene. Oh yes, that's definitely good. I don't even know what you would say to her at this point. Don't worry, you can totally recover from this. In fact, I'm trying not to laugh. Ow! Ugh. Okay. Worst day of her life confirmed. I'm not mad at all, I just headbutt you because I love you. But yeah, there reached a point where this became too much and we just kept going. I think there was almost I think there's like almost no dialogue in that scene at all. Just, internal monologuing. Of course. What do you take us for, Sensei? Middle schooler. Uh, that's fine. I just want the prequel, it's okay. Poltergeist. Sports adventure. Your bride. So much wrong with that. I don't want to be a lawyer. Go to college. Hey, that one's actually somewhat reasonable. She should be impressed. And yet she's still not happy. There's no pleasing this woman. I get where she's coming from, though. Somebody just ruins all the funny answers. Mitsuo. Who's Mitsuo? Is that a person? If that is, who that person is. It is a person. Everyone's got their preference. Uh, well, don't do that. You're all it is, to be honest. And did it end poorly? Okay. What? That is some high-level stupidity, I'll admit. This is the butt of a lot of jokes. Habara. Yeah. But... There he is. Oh my god, that's amazing. That was funny that I didn't write to be. That might have been the funniest gag in the episode. Yeah, they don't care. That was really good, actually. It really should have made me laugh that hard, but it just got me. It was a simple but effective joke. Okay. That's gotta suck. Don't do it into the pond. At least do it in a trash can or something. I know, right? Oh, more stuff. Of course. Wow. Of course there was. Wow, that's a bit of a reaction. I'm sorry I defiled your seat. I'm sorry I didn't get it too sticky. I hope I don't get it too sticky. Oh, was that him too? Yep, that was him too. Well, Yoshitake. Uh, I'd say this was one of the better episodes. Hopefully we get a good girls funky episode to end it off on. Even if it's kind of meh like the last one, it'll still be one of the better episodes. Every time I see that sun thing in the background, I just want to take on my mirror shield and reflect light on it to open a door. I don't know if I've said that or not yet, but I think that every time. I tried to sing it. I failed. I had the fun of this scene just watching everybody look in the audience, just wondering what they're even watching and why they're even there. And here we go. High school girls are funky. And here we go. High school girl power. Amazing artwork. A Demon King? Wow, the same answer. I can see that. Oh, wow. Uh. Oh, okay, that's why you're here. Yeah, but Habara's cool. I disagree. I think Ikushima's pretty cute. I mean, she has personality issues, but so does a lot of other characters in this show. A Gundam! Of course, that's the correct answer. Obunaga. Nobunaga. Yeah, Oda Nobunaga. Oh. No, I was right. Yeah, everybody knows that. I mean, she's not wrong, but... But yeah, she's right. Maya's definitely drifted there. You guys should listen to her. She knows what's up. Oh, Habara, I love you. So that was the 7th episode of Daily Lives of High School Boys, and this was definitely one of the better episodes. I liked it a lot. Okay, first scene, we had our characters, I guess, taking turns doing gags, and they weren't really all that funny. They were more painful than funny most of the time because you had Yoshitake, who deliberately had some sea creature biting his lip, well, you know, clawing his, pinching, that's probably a better word for it, pinching his lip, so, yeah, I mean, if it was, I mean, that might be funny if it wasn't like an intentional gag or something, but as it stands, it was just kind of painful. The second one, you had Tadakuni basically pouring milk into his eye. Again, not really funny, mostly just painful. I'm not good at eye pain related stuff like stabbing an eye or pouring something into your eye in this case, or just a lot of eye related pain is it gets me really. Just one of those things. However, we had Hidenori's, which again not really funny, but just very cool and impressive. Now, at first I thought the gag there was gonna be he just ends up farting, which wouldn't have been, much of a surprise. But instead, he actually just got his fly to go down on its own. That was impressive. Good job, Hidenori. That's definitely a skill that would come in handy. I mean, it looked like he was just attempting to go Super Saiyan, but I guess that's what he was going for, and it was equally as impressive, maybe a little bit more. Now, the next scene basically spanned like 2 scenes. You had part 1 and part 2. Basically, pretend Dragon Quest. At least I assume that's what DQ stands for in this context. I don't think it could stand for much else. But like I said a few times already, I've never played Dragon Quest, so even though they were quite clearly like diverging from Dragon Quest, I think they were implying, I wouldn't know because I haven't played Dragon Quest, so that does kind of ruin the joke a little bit for me. I know Dragon Quest is a very well-known game, series of games, but I've just never personally played it. Anyway, that's what they were doing. They were doing their indoor adventure, basically doing whatever they were doing. It was kind of hard to follow for, multiple reasons. Even Tadakuni, who I'm sure is more familiar with Dragon Quest than I am, was having difficulty following things, because Hidenori was apparently 12 different characters, and I could barely keep track of the story, really. To be honest, there was a child I think needed rescuing, the Demon King that needed to be defeated, the hot spring we went to. I don't know, but there was a Demon King involved, and I guess that was Tadakuni's little sister, and she's definitely worthy of the title. She took down a couple of those adventurers fairly easily, so yeah, I could see why we need a full, well-leveled up party to be able to deal with her. But yeah, that was that scene. Okay, this next scene was quite fun. Okay, so we had a meeting between Tadakuni's little sister, Yoshitake's older sister, and Hidenori's older brother. Now, one funny thing about the scene was just that the picture they used for Yoshitake's older sister, that picture on my MyAnimeLIst page, the picture that they used for that was cut from that scene, like the beginning of the scene. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, basically they talked to the older brother, like, hey, our brothers are a problem, so you talk to them and fix that, okay? That was basically what their position amounted to. And he's just like, okay, I don't know what you really expect me to do about it. It's not really my problem. Now, apparently he came there with someone, a girl, a fairly cute girl, and like people usually ask when a guy is with a girl around his age, they ask, hey, is that your girlfriend over there? He's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess, totally, that's what she is. And you could tell by the lack of confidence in his answer that the answer was no. He just didn't want to say that, he wanted to seem cool or whatever for a second, I guess, but it became obvious pretty quick that that was not his girlfriend. The way that became obvious was that the one girl confessed to him. I think it was Yoshitake's sister that did. But basically, if that was his girlfriend, she would have had some sort of reaction to that. But since she didn't, it could be assumed that she is, in fact, not his girlfriend, but just like a friend from his club or whatever. Now, when she suddenly confessed to him, well, it was kind of a, implied confession, I guess. Like, she didn't directly say, I love you. It was more like, why don't you ever realize how I feel about you? Like, it was basically a confession. That really caught me off guard, too. Like, I did not see that coming at all. It was just like, I don't know, she just slams her hands on the table. Just, man, if I was in, I wouldn't know how to respond to that at all. That really was quite something. Now, things definitely took a turn for the worst when she started to talk about that incident, that Christmas incident, when Hidenori, I think it was, said something he shouldn't have said, and that triggered her something fierce, and apparently he knows about this, and he has a picture of it, so that she didn't take too kindly to that, so she kind of retaliated, wanted to take the picture away from him. So you have Tadakuni's older sister choking him out while she goes for the picture that she thinks is in his pocket. However, what she finds was not a picture, it was a pair of panties, just in his pocket. Not just any panties, but Tadakuni's little sister's panties that he has in his pocket while talking with Tadakuni's little sister. It takes a lot of balls to try something like that, so I can respect that. But that was a poor decision on his part, I would say. It's just funny because she mentioned something about her panties getting stolen before, so it was really nice that that came around to him having them. Like, I don't think he directly stole them from her. It was probably somebody else that stole them and then gave it to him, or traded it to him, or something like that. But yeah, she wasn't too happy about that either, and it was nice when she just finished her choke out, and then the just glasses break and the shattering of glass. That was it was a pretty great scene. Now that little confession scene we saw was obviously, well, it was pretty fairly obvious that it was just a fake confession to try to get a reaction of the supposed girlfriend. But then we had that scene afterwards, the scene where it's that little mid-card type scene when you have Yoshitaka's older sister basically saying, so he doesn't have a girlfriend, huh? That means he's available. That means I have a chance. So it could definitely be assumed there that she does like him, legitimately. Now the next scene. The next scene was something special. Okay. So Hidenori, I keep wondering why. Well, I was wondering why he keeps going to that hill, despite the fact that he keeps meeting this girl, because he clearly does not want to meet with this girl, and yet he goes to that hill at the time of day when he knows she'll be there. So apparently it's stubbornness. He's not going to give up that river spot to this yokai or spirit, as was translated in the subs, but I don't think yokai really needs to be translated. There's not really a good translation for it. I've seen it translated as monster, spirit, ghost, a bunch of different things. Just call it yokai. It's not gonna hurt anyone. But anyway, basically, things went really bad for her in this scene. I can't even talk. It's hard to mention all the things that went wrong. She had her papers blow out of her bag. She fell down while trying to chase them down. She tried to, and she hurt her finger. She tried to get a band-aid for the finger, but she couldn't open the band-aid thing. And then she tried to drink some water to make her feel better. Then she chokes on that. And just so much goes wrong. I can't even remember all of it. But as if all that wasn't bad enough, you had Hidenori who decides to suddenly stand up and just headbutt her in the head, just knocking her out for good there. So it was a bad day for a book reading girl. That's for sure. Although the best part of that was when she did this amazing flip and just ended up with Hidenori between her legs. So with her on her back, Hidenori between her legs. So that's definitely a story that he can share with his friends. Just have to be a little bit vague on the details, and they'll be very impressed about that story. But yeah, that really was a very interesting scene. Like, Hidenori didn't actually do much. He just kind of sat there monologuing a lot. I think he had one line that he said to her, but that was about it. And then he knocked her out and left. Good man, Hidenori. Good man. So the next scene is back to a classroom scene with our favorite wonderful teacher here. Basically, she gave out a career survey to all the students, and these are very common in anime. If you've seen triple-digit number of anime, then you've probably seen a scene with a character trying to fill out their career survey, saying what they want to be. Like, I think it's usually like 2 or 3 choices, like your first choice, second choice, third choice. You say, go to college, become a bride, get a job in this field, get a job in that field, and, that sort of thing. And people did it in this anime, but they didn't take it too seriously. Had a lot of very silly answers like, I want to be Sensei's bride, which is funny because this is an all-guy school, which means the guy said that. A guy not only wanted to be a bride, but wanted to be the teacher's bride. So, yeah, that's a very silly answer on that basis. Obviously, it's supposed to be like a spin-off of the I want to be a bride in general answer that you sometimes get with these things. There are other answers like Poltergeist, middle school, and stuff like that, but I don't think any of them are quite as funny as being the teacher's bride. But, the final blow with that show was, with that scene, was basically the one that actually gave her the real answer to ruin the joke. That in itself was the joke. It's all very meta. Oh, wait, I don't want to be a lawyer. That one was actually pretty funny too. I almost forgot on that one. Because that lent itself to a very obvious Tsukomi of, then don't put it, if you don't want to be one. It takes a special kind of person to know not what they want to be, but they know definitely what they don't want to be. You don't want to be some stinking lawyer. Nobody likes lawyers, aside from corrupt, wealthy people. The next scene was definitely one of my favorites of the episode. It was basically just talking trash about Mitsuo was kind of a nice chunk of this scene. Basically sharing stories about the past, like, hey, he doesn't like kiwis because the guy was stupid enough to eat a kiwi, just a kiwi, not doing nothing to it, not cutting it open, not anything, just eating the kiwi. And he kind of regretted that, which is pretty funny, I'll admit. And then this is something about a cell phone and electricity and trying to see it and stuff like that, basically just proving that he's an idiot. And then Matsumoto, whatever the one guy's name was, he basically said that he pulled a prank on him about switching his shoes with Habara's, which, he said that would have been funny, except for the fact that they both wore them, like, until graduation, without ever finding out what happened. That, I don't know why, but that really got me. Like, I wasn't sure what the punchline there would be, but it definitely punched me hard, because that was really, really funny. I don't even know why it was as funny as it was, but it was great. Now, eventually Mitsuo showed up. He overheard them talking smack about him, and he went in there, and they were not deterred at all by his presence. They still kept making the same jokes and stuff. And we had a little bit of back and forth after that, basically saying, you did this, well, you did that, well, you did this, well, you did that. And eventually this kind of all focused on Yoshitaka and stuff that he did, which was a bit strange, but it was funny nonetheless. And he eventually tried to fire back, but ended up firing at himself again with the whole story about sitting in a girl's seat. And she cried, and he apologized all day. And I don't think having a boy sit in your seat is enough to cry over. I know the younger you are, the easier it is to cry, the bigger deal things are, but I still think that might be a bit much. You just say, hey, gross boy with cooties, get out of my chair, please. That's my chair, and now I'm gonna get pregnant by sitting in the chair, but oh well, I guess I'll just deal with that. Okay, that leads us on to our High School Girls Are Funky segment. Now, I like this one better than the last episode's one by a decent margin. Okay, this time, we had a character come over, basically to help them become to raise their girl power, you know. Joshi Ryoku, I think, is kind of what it's called in Japanese. But basically, yeah, that's what they tried to do. Now, I was a little bit confused at first because she asked the question, hey, who is this thing here? And they each gave an answer. Now, Habara's answer was just, you know, I don't know, some anime character or whatever, and that was deemed correct. And then the other two characters said a name of it, and they were incorrect. Now, I was confused at first. I was like, what? But if it's wrong, why would they both give the same exact answer and yet be wrong? That seems a bit odd to me. But then I eventually was made aware of the fact that that actually was the correct answer. But that's why they gave the same one, because that is the correct answer. But it was the wrong answer because you're supposed to get it wrong. It's all very confusing when you try to say it out loud. But basically, yeah, if you want to be a proper cute girl, high school girl, then you need to be, you know, silly and not very smart and lack common sense. That's Habara was doing that properly by saying, I don't know, it's some anime character or whatever. That was the correct answer given the end goal of being a silly, airheaded, baka anime girl. And yeah, that's the case. If you want to be a proper high school girl, you kind of have to do that. So in that regard, you had Ikushima and Yanagi who were doing very poorly, so hopefully they were able to take away some valuable lessons from this encounter here. I just checked and I stand corrected. It wasn't Joshi Ryoku. This was specifically high school power, so it was Joshi Koukousei Ryoku, so it's close enough. But I just heard the term Joshi Ryoku girl power in shows before. Basically referring to, you know, femininity and all that, trying to become more girly is usually what it talks about. But in this case, we're specifically talking about high school girls, not just girls in general. Now, when she put up a picture of, like, what looked like a Gundam, and then you had, I think it was Habara or Ikushima, it might have been Ikushima. But anyway, respond with, I don't know. I knew the joke here would be that she says, I don't know, and then she would say, correct. But it was still silly enough to be funny, nonetheless. Because, yeah, the whole point here is to show what an idiot you are, because you can't be smart and be a cute high school girl. It's just not possible. The third picture she showed was obviously Oda Nobunaga. Like, it's a very iconic picture there. Everyone, at least everyone in Japan would know a picture of Oda Nobunaga when they saw one. And it even said, you know, Oda Nobu at least on the picture, so it was pretty obviously Oda Nobunaga. You had to be a complete moron to be a Japanese high school student and not know Oda Nobunaga when you see him. But in spite of that, you had Yanagi, when she answered Oda Nobunaga, she said it as if she was asking someone, not telling them, very lacking confidence, because she knows the answer is Oda Nobunaga, but she knows that there's a good possibility that she'll be told it's wrong anyway. And she was told that it was wrong, but it's common sense. There's a limit to how stupid a character can be before it gets to be a bit ridiculous. So yeah, I think we need a bit of a middle ground between knowing the anime demon names and knowing Oda Nobunaga. Let's try to strike a bit of a middle ground there if we can. I must say, I did quite appreciate that spot where whatever her name was suddenly grabs the hem of her skirt and says that this is where guys' brains and eyes wander down to. And yeah, she's not wrong. As soon as the camera went down there, I was very much fixated on it. So I mean, nothing she said was really wrong. I think she might be a bit extreme in some of what she said, but overall, I'd say the sentiment that she was trying to portray there was definitely correct. I just kind of wish Inagi and Ikushima did not attempt to stop her, because I would have liked to see where that went, as she was telling us exactly where guys' brains and eyes go to. I just love how they finish it off, which was just the other three just over there doing whatever, and then Habara just saying, you know, see you next time, with their all happy cheerfulness, and they're doing their craziness back there. I think that was a great way to end it off. I thought this was actually just overall a really great episode of the series, and it definitely has me hyped to watch more. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.